chapter will describe bicycle boulevards. Cities both large and small, from the west coast to the east coast, are realizing the potential of their low-volume, low-speed residential streets to fill in their bikeway networks. Here in Portland, Maine, they've called them neighborhood byways.
Low-volume residential roads can make great bike routes, but to be really attractive to bicyclists, consider turning them into a bicycle boulevard. A bicycle boulevard, pioneered here in Palo Alto by the late Ellen Fletcher, has 4 key elements. First, you need a low-volume, slow-speed residential street where cyclists feel comfortable taking the lane, and cars can pass using the entire street. No special striping is needed, not even the center line, so that cars will pass using the entire road. One of the major drawbacks of using residential roads as bike routes is the prevalence of stop signs. So the second essential component of a bicycle boulevard is to remove the stop signs on the bicycle boulevard so that cyclists have free flow traffic, but to keep the stop signs on the side streets. As you can see here, side street traffic must stop and yield to traffic on the bicycle boulevard. Now cyclists have free flow going up and down Bryant Street. However, now that you've just made this road a nice free flow street for cyclists, you've also made it a free flow street for cars as well. So the third essential component is to do some sort of traffic calming to keep motorists from whizzing up and down the street. Here in Palo Alto, they installed 2 judiciously placed traffic barriers so that cyclists can easily go through, but cars are not permitted to go through. The fourth essential component of a bicycle boulevard is at every major street to provide some sort of traffic control device so that cyclists can cross the street safely. Here in Palo Alto, they've constructed a traffic signal, but again, to discourage motorists from using it, motorists must turn right, but cyclists can go straight. They have a bicycle detector to trigger the traffic signal, and in this way, cyclists have a nice, safe way of crossing the street. It's very responsive. Cyclists do not have to wait very long to get their traffic signal.
An optional feature of bicycle boulevards is identity signage and markings, which were used to a great extent here in Berkeley, California. Berkeley identified a citywide network of 7 bicycle boulevards, all of which have signs, pavement markings, and directional information so that drivers and cyclists alike know that they are on a bicycle boulevard. So far, all 7 streets have 2 of the 4 key elements. They are low volume and have low speed traffic, and the streets in Berkeley have had traffic diverters for decades. The city of Berkeley is still working on the following 2 key elements. The first is the removal of unnecessary stop signs, like this one. The second key element needed here in Berkeley is a traffic control device such as a traffic signal to help bicyclists cross major streets. In sum, the 4 essential features of a bicycle boulevard are a low-volume, low-speed street, few stop signs for cyclists along the street. This can be accomplished by either switching the location of a 2-way stop such that the bicycle boulevard does not stop but cross traffic does, or converting a 4-way stop sign to a 2-way stop sign, as was done at this traffic circle. Third, strategies are needed to prevent auto traffic from diverting to the street now that the stop signs have just become few and far between. This can either be an outright barrier, or turning a street into a cul-de-sac, using traffic circles, or other traffic calming devices. Fourth, help is needed for cyclists on the bicycle boulevard to cross the major streets, such as this traffic signal here in Palo Alto on the Bryant Street Bicycle Boulevard. I'd like to take this opportunity to mention Wohners that are common in Holland and Germany. The German term is even harder to pronounce, but however you pronounce it, they are good for bicycle mobility both within a neighborhood. They also connect neighborhoods to the larger streets that help cyclists travel between neighborhoods. Wooners are designed so that traffic will naturally go only 5 to 7 miles per hour. Some U.S. neighborhoods are creating their own Wooner-style streets by putting up their own signs that remind motorists that children will be playing in the streets, hearkening back to the days where it was accepted practice and no one needed reminding. The city of Munich shows their such streets on their website along with the other traffic calmed areas they have. The Wunderf is the first level of traffic calming with 5 to 7 miles per hour. The second level is the 30-kilometer zone, which is most residential neighborhoods in the city.